Hi, Raw Chef. How are you? Hello everybody. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hi.
Okay. Smriti, can you say something so I can see if I can hear?
Hi, Chef Yin. How are you?
Okay, great. I can hear. Hi. I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna do this so people can actually see. Yeah.
Also, your
Okay.
volume is a tad bit low. If you could just increase it slightly, then I think it will be more
Um,
clearer.
I think I will have to speak louder because I'm using the ear buds.
Yeah.
I I
Okay.
I don't know how to get away.
I think you just need to project your voice then. Just be a bit louder.
Is this better?
Yeah, I think this is better.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I'll try to speak louder. Yeah,
I
it's
do
been
see a lot of people are joining in.
great.
Yeah, we have, just going to name a few people just so you can say hi.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah, we have Kaivun Gang, we have Naresh, we have Ritu, we have uh, the Spiritual Gardener, Terry Zazula, My Happy Pharmacy, Nook Flowers. Hi, thank you for joining. Then hello Marshet, Bhavani, um, good morning, Priscilla, Supernatural Health Forever, then Jalen, Joanne. Sorry if I'm saying any names, I'm pronouncing it differently, but it's just because I'm trying to read the Instagram handles that can be a bit weird. We also have Veg Hub join. Thank you.
Oh,
Zuri,
great.
Shaina,
Hi, everyone.
Bingo, Richa, Laura.
Nice.
Hello. Yeah. So how are you, Miss? How are you, Chef? It's been so long. We've been planning to do a live session for such a long time.
Yes, we have. And then I was traveling twice this year, so a bit busy. And then also just testing out all the various exciting superfoods that you've been bringing in. So I'm really happy you brought in the date powder now because I think that's really interesting. If I put it in my cookies or my even my raw vegan bread and all that, because previously I've just been using dates and dates gives a different consistency. Where there is where it's powder, then I can control the consistency and texture of my things
Yeah.
better. So yeah, I'm great that you brought that in.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the date powder as well. Even for me, like now I have a natural sweetener that's vegan that
Yes.
you can add into not just baking, like even if you want to sweeten your smoothies because
Mm,
sometimes like if you're having like a green smoothie, to just make it a bit more palatable, you want to add something. Usually, even I would add soaked dates, but then
yeah.
that's really cumbersome because it takes longer to blend and things like that. So this is
Yes, that's
much
right.
much easier. So yeah, but I'm so happy that because I know you experiment so much with food, so then I'm really happy that you're enjoying the date powder.
Yeah. I actually almost using it up because I'm making all these mooncakes. Yeah, so and then I was thinking of trying to see if I can make tepache with it. So yeah, I'm almost almost
Oh
wrapping
wow!
it up. So yes, we'll need to stock up very soon.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
So just I have a question. I think we
Okay.
will get to it as we make as well. So when you're using date powder, do you use it as 1:1 ratio as you would use molasses or cane sugar or normal sugar?
Hold on. I'm just trying to get my recipe up. I realized that you just yeah. I So what I've used it for is with new recipes, but like the tepache I was trying yesterday, it was because I didn't have that much left, so I didn't use 1:1. But I need to find out actually because the mooncake ones, these are okay. So these are the ones that I've made with organic, all your organic products. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it's exactly 1:1. I was just trying out. Yeah, I added in more because I don't like things that are like extremely sweet. But I know a lot of people, yeah, because I eat so clean, but a lot of people are used to things that are sweeter. So yeah, I was just playing around with that. So yeah, that's how
Because
it is.
that's actually very interesting because as per what we know and as per what we've heard and done research, they say it's actually 1:1. But I wanted
Uh,
to know from live experience because you have been experimenting with it. So I wanted to get like first-hand feedback on this because it's such a new product and I
ah,
use it mainly for smoothies. So
right,
it's a completely different thing. I don't bake with it, so I wanted to get
right,
your experience on
right.
it.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I try when I do it more when I
Okay.
use it more. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a lot of people joining us, so I'm sure they want to know what exactly are we doing today and what are we making. So
Right. Okay. So the Mid Autumn Festival is coming up next month. This is going to be on September 10th. So it's a very huge festival for those of Chinese descent. It's like kind of like the largest festival after Chinese New Year, and one of the celebration one of the things that we do during the celebrations is like we eat mooncakes. We make mooncakes and we eat mooncakes. Yeah, so traditionally they are actually they are I think the super traditional kind are actually baked. And then after that I think the more modern ones there's also like the snow skin mooncakes. So mine is kind of like modeled after the snow skin mooncakes. And I've been making this since 2016 already, and I think 2017 that's when I started using your spirulina and your cacao nibs and all that to make it. So this time I'm excited to use some of your mushroom powders and also the ashwagandha powder and all that to make these mooncakes. So maybe I'll just tell you what is the equipment that we need. You need a weighing scale because the ingredients will be in grams. And I've already shared the ingredient list and all that. So I think later when you put up the replay, you can put that in the captions.
yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, the other thing is a food processor. I know I'm using my high-end Thermomix, but you can always use any of your food processors that some blenders also, but usually food processors to grind up some of these ingredients so that it becomes like into flour because I'm not using any white flour. So we're using things like buckwheat and all that. I'll go into the ingredients later as well. And then obviously because we're making mooncake, so we need mooncake molds. So I have like I have three here just to show you, but I think I'll just use one or two. Yeah, and they're of different sizes as well, but this time I'm making the small ones. So this is the small mooncake molds, and they actually indicate how many grams. So this recipe is based on like the 60-gram mooncake mold. There's 60, there's 50. This is like the 125. These are the bigger ones. Yeah, and if you're in Malaysia, you can get it at the baking stores. Especially right now, I think it'll be very popular because people are all making mooncakes for next month. For those who are not in Malaysia, you can also get it online. I've seen it on Amazon. Because I actually have a mooncake course as well, on a mooncake online course, and people in Mexico, people in Europe, people in US, UK have all taken the course and they've all made it as well. And they just got they got the mooncake molds usually from Amazon or online. Yeah, so you should be able to get that. And then I also need a rolling pin because you need to roll out the mooncake crust. Um, I'm also using some plastic wrap. I know some people don't like plastic. Sorry guys, I tried to make it without it, but it's very hard to shape some of it. But if you guys feel like you don't want to use plastic, or maybe you can try finding a reusable wrap or something. So I use that to help with the shaping. And then just your usual bowls and plates. Yeah.
We
Okay.
actually had crinkle wraps join us, so maybe people in Malaysia, you guys can, if you're eco-friendly and you want a more sustainable option, you could contact Crinkle Wraps, and they have reusable bee skin. I mean the beeswax wraps, which
Yeah,
are
but BX is not
not
vegan.
vegan. Yeah, yeah.
That's the
So
thing.
yeah, that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do try and reuse the wrap as much as I can, before it breaks and all that. Although I'm like, health-wise, I don't know. But anyway, this is what we need to use. And then let's go into the ingredients. So there's three components to it. There is the mooncake crust, so that's kind of like the outside. And then there's a filling, there's a date filling inside. Dates and today I'm using sunflower seeds because I'm making it nut-free. Because a lot of people, there are some people who don't really want to have too much nuts. And some people have nut allergies, so I'm using nuts. But if and it's not that I'm using sunflower seeds. But if not, you can also use nuts in replace of the sunflower seeds if you don't like the taste of sunflower. Yeah, and then that's the date filling. And then I'm also going to be using like the organic pumpkin seeds and also the organic cacao nibs as the additional filling inside the date filling. Yeah. So let's go straight into what the crust ingredients are. I'm using sprouted buckwheat. Just in case if people are not familiar, in Malaysia this is what I'm getting, the organic pulp buckwheat. And then I sprout it just because it's just healthier, better for digestion. And I think it removes some of the bitterness as well. So basically I
easier to
soak it.
digest.
Yeah. So I soak it and then I put it in a colander and then let it sprout. So I don't think you can see it here from this angle, but there's actually like tiny little sprouts coming out. Yeah.
So how long do you keep it? Like
So I usually in Malaysia it's very fast. It sprouts really fast. It's like I think 1.5 days, 2 days it already starts sprouting. Yeah, 1.5 days. And then I basically put it into a dehydrator and dehydrated it. I know it sounds like a long process, but even making traditional mooncakes is a bit a long process. But if you do it in batches, then then it's okay. So like I do this like I sprout one whole bag and then and then I keep it, and then whenever I need to use it, I just like I keep it in the fridge. Then I just take it out from the fridge and use that.
But chef, these are guilt-free mooncakes. So I mean, if you really want to enjoy and savor them without feeling any guilt and have all the goodness, health benefits of all these amazing products, I think a little bit of hard work is okay, right? What say?
Yes, I totally agree with you. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Yeah, yeah. Because when I eat this, I don't feel like I don't guilt. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel tired or lethargic. So yeah, it's great. And then these are sunflower seeds. Again, I've activated them. So I've just soaked them for 4 hours, rinsed them, and then dehydrated them again. Oh, so I guess you need a dehydrator as well. Your equipment, I didn't put that in. Yeah.
So if you don't have a dehydrator, what's the alternative?
Some people actually, if you have access to sun, you can sun dry them as well. Some people just kind of like put it in the oven at the lowest setting and dry it up as well. Yeah, if you're not like super sensitive, you can have it on its own. But like because I work with so much raw ingredients, so I always dehydrate and sprout and activate my ingredients. Yeah, and then we're using for the sweetener we're using the organic date powder. Yeah. And since we're talking about organic Q, I'm also putting in a bit of the ashwagandha powder as well.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. It's really interesting. And then there's white chia seeds. I got some white chia seeds. I just got them online. You can always use the black chia seeds. It's just that because I wanted the color to come out light, so I'm using white. Yeah. And then maybe when I start rolling the mooncakes, you can start talking about. I don't know whether you want to talk about ashwagandha and date powder now, or you want to talk about it later, or.
However, chef, because I mean, since you're doing the recipe, I don't. If you want me to say it right now, I can speak about it while you're going about it, or.
I think when I start scraping out stuff and all that, then I think that would be a good time for you to talk about it. Yeah.
No worries.
And then because I'm going to start creating the crust very soon. And then I put in a bit of coconut flour as well, just to bring it together. The chia seeds are acting as a binder, so instead of eggs, we're using the chia seeds. And then there's a bit of water as well to kind of activate the chia seeds and bring everything together. Yeah. Okay, so that's the crust. I'll talk about the date filling after this. So just very simple. It's just putting in all the dry ingredients into the food processor, processing it, and then we'll add in, and then we'll add in the waters. So Let me do that.
So we have around 20 people who've joined in. I've been waving to all of them. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
yeah,
Great.
there's Nazreen,
All right.
Yashu, Seeplaw. Wow, I forgot my name, has also joined. Sharon, Sikon, uh, Jamili, Chong, Lingzi, Dizzy. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your handle or your name incorrectly. Please excuse me for that.
Yes.
Amelia, hi everybody. Thank you so much for
And
joining in today.
ashwagandha.
So we're making Raw Chef is teaching us how to make raw vegan healthy mooncakes, and they're guilt-free mooncakes. So I'm really excited to learn this. If you guys have any questions for me as well as for Raw Chef Yin, please put it in the comments below, and we will take the questions as and when you put it in.
Yeah, if they can, there's actually the question box. So if they can actually press the question box and key in, then then it actually comes up and it's easier. So basically, I've just processed it into flour-like consistency. Yeah, so that's how it looks like. Yeah, just very
Wow,
very
very
fine.
smooth. Yeah,
Yeah,
very fine.
yeah, if you can. So if you're not if you're using a less powerful one, you might just need to take longer, but you can do it as well. Yeah, it can be done. So yeah, maybe Smriti, this is a good time for you to talk about the ashwagandha as well as a bit about the date powder. When I get
So let's start with ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one of our new products that we've launched recently, and ashwagandha is a root plant from India. It has been used for over 5,000 years in Ayurveda, so it's really, really amazing, and it has a lot of benefits. Ashwagandha is actually used for increasing your energy, vitality. It also helps reduce stress and anxiety. It also helps with improving your sleep quality and just sleeping better, because that's so important these days. It
yeah,
also helps with memory and focus and improving your cognitive functions. It also has a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits, and hence it helps with your joint health as well.
great. Yeah,
Um,
I actually remember that I have
we
I
actually
re
have a question for you, Chef. I read somewhere in the internet that raw sprouted buckwheat is poisonous. Is it true? Can we consume it raw?
yeah, you can consume it raw. It's not poisonous. I've had that question before and I answered it in my email, but I can't remember what is the. No, I think if it's not sprouted. Oh, anyway, when I'm trying to remember when I first started using, I know a lot of raw chefs uses sprouted buckwheat, and I also know that a lot of there are a lot of recipe books out there that use it as well. So if it's poisonous and toxic, we wouldn't put it in. I've had that question before, and I know I answered it, but right now at the top of my head, I can't remember. Maybe ask if you can just check my emails. I think yeah. Oh, okay. Now I remember. When you sprout the buckwheat, and if you sprout it like really long and for a long time, then the leaves come out. I think the leaves are the bark bits that are poisonous. But this one I don't sprout it till the leaves come out. So it's not the green bits. It just comes out a bit. And in fact I just sprout it the guidance is to just sprout it as long the sprout should be as long as the buckwheat. That's it. Yeah, that's why I say I only sprout it for like 1.5 days or something, 1 to 2 days. So yeah, that's the answer. Now I remember. Yeah, it's the greens. It's the green bits of the buckwheat sprouts. Although I've seen like there's this guy, what's his name, Doug Evans. He and he's very into sprouts. He wrote the sprout book as well. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he also eats sprouted buckwheat as well. Like, you know. with the leaves. So, but yeah, I don't sprout it until it has the leaves.
I, I think that was quite helpful, and thank you, Chef Yin, to answer that question, because there are
No,
so many contradictory information
yeah,
available on the internet, and sometimes it gets really hard to know what
yeah,
is the right way, and you definitely don't want to consume something that's bad for you. So, thank you for asking that question, and thank you for answering it.
yeah. So now I'm just going to, I put everything into the bowl. I'm just going to add water and mix it up and then roll it into a, kind of roll it into a ball. So when I do that, maybe you can talk about the date powder as well that I put
Okay.
inside here.
So now we've already spoken about the benefits of ashwagandha, and I think ashwagandha just is amazing because we need, with our hectic lifestyle, we need something that can help us calm down and help us reduce that stress and anxiety that we feel. Plus, these are 100% natural plant-based foods, so no harm in using food as medicine and using it for your health benefit. So the next one that Raw Chef Yin has used in her mooncakes is our date powder, and this is 100% natural vegan sweetener, and we use the entire date. So, but we don't. Of course, the seed and the calyx is removed. Only the entire the fruity part of the date is used, which is sun dried and made into a powder. So date also has a lot of benefits because it's rich in fiber, so it's really good for digestion. It has a lot of antioxidants. It's uh, it's also very rich in iron, so it really helps us with boosting a lot of good stuff within our body. And dates are also very yummy, and they're low glycemic index, so you can use it safely. They don't have all the harmful effects of refined sugar. The best part of date powder is that because it's a complete fruit, you have all the fiber intact, unlike the date syrup, where it just has the sweetness of the date but does not have the fiber, so it's not as healthy for you to consume it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Plus, it's not sticky, it's not icky, so it's very easy to consume, and you can just, you replace your sugar with date powder very, very easily in all your recipes. And I think Chef Yin would be a great person to testify to that.
Yeah, yeah. I think also because the date powder, the color is lighter, so just
Yeah.
if you want, in terms of you're just creating like desserts or cookies, which you don't want it to be too dark because let's
Yeah.
say if you want to color it like because I put in like your beetroot powder to make it red, right? So if I had used dates, it would be really dark. Then if I use your beetroot powder, I can't use it. Yeah, it's not so. Yeah, just
Exactly.
aesthetic
Yeah.
wise. Yeah.
Aesthetic. But that's important as well, right? Because let's say you use gula malaka, because I love gula malaka, but sometimes it's really dark in color, and maybe like a drink where you want to neutralize color, you don't want the gula malaka's color to overpower it.
Yeah.
It kind of comes in the way. So in that sense, the light color does help.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Missy, for the explanation. So now what I've done is I've added in the water. I just use a spatula to mix it, and then after that I just use my hands to bring it together. So you want to bring it together like so when it can stick together like a ball kind of thing. But now you also need to measure it out. So this one actually is supposed to be able to make 8 pieces. It's very strange though, because I've been testing this like 3-4 times, right? It's always made 8. Then last time when I made it, it wasn't like it couldn't make 8. It could only make like 7 or something. I'm not sure why, but so yeah. Anyway, what we'll do is because I'm going to use like about 60 grams, the 60-gram mooncake mold, and to determine it, it's usually written here like how many grams, but here you can't really see it because it's embossed. So just like you have to check. Yeah, when you see it in the light. So anyway, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to use like 25 grams for the crust, and then total of about 30 grams for the filling. Well, 25, yeah, 25, 25, and then sometimes I use just 25, 25, depending, but just measure out. I think I'll just do two because, just timing wise. But basically, you can just kind of divide this into about 8 portions, and then just use your weighing machine to weigh it. Just make sure it's about, it's 25. Yeah, I'm doing 25. So let me do 2 portions of 25. Yeah, so if you do it in a batch, you'll be, 25, 6.
Also, Chef Yin, while you're doing this, if you could give us some tips, for beginners, because, not everybody are like very, very professional and expert in baking or in creating these things. So if you're like a starter, you're just a beginner in this raw vegan journey, or you're a beginner into experimenting with raw food and cooking, what would be your tips and
So are you talking about tips about going raw, or are you talking about tips about making mooncake?
both? Maybe we could talk about both.
I think if you're going raw, like starting off with desserts is always fun. So making this will be quite a lot of fun, Yeah. Yeah, so that like just educate yourself. I think if you can check out YouTube videos, check out my IG lives. I do loads of lives, on YouTube, on Instagram here together with you guys. And then just have fun, experiment, don't be afraid. And also don't expect to get things perfect the first time. I mean, I've been making these since 2016, so that's why they look really nice. But when I first started making it, it's not as nice as then. Yeah. Okay, so now I've just rolled them up into balls of 25 grams. So I'm just gonna set that aside, and then let's make the filling, the date filling. Hold on, let me get the ingredients over here.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Marina. Hi, Jaya. Hi, Endless Burning Energy. Hi, Lopa. Hi, Body as Guide. Hi, Yugan Nantini. Mrs. Heek. Daksha Sharma. Not Your Ordinary. Hello, everybody. Hello, Blooming Talia. Thank you so much for joining us today. It really means a lot to both of us.
Yeah, hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're making raw vegan mooncakes. They're also going to be nut-free and oil-free as well. My previous recipes, some of them had oil, but this time I'm not using any oil. I'm also making it nut-free. So again, we're going to use some sunflower seeds. But like I said, if I've made a version with macadamias, and that actually tastes really, really nice as well. So, if you like using macadamias, you can use that. You can also use cashews. Check out my Mooncake course that gives you more different ideas and recipes as well. And that one also has a Superfoods mooncake recipe, which uses a lot of organic spirulina, cacao, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm using whole dates as well. This is just, usually, I think traditionally, it's they use the lotus seed, right? Lotus seed. Or sometimes they use mung beans, but because we're keeping it raw, so I'm just using fruits. Fruits. So I'm using dates. Oh, there's a bit of miso paste as well. The miso paste is totally optional. Because a lot of times if you see recipes, they use a bit of salt. This time I didn't want to. I find if I put in miso paste, it makes the taste really interesting. It adds
a little bit of umami flavor.
Yeah. So just a little bit, but it's optional if you don't want to. Do I have my miso? Oh, it's just in case people are wondering.
So someone says, Raw Chef Yin, you're my inspiration.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So just the miso, I'm using the gluten-free miso. It's organic, it's unpasteurized. So try and get the highest quality miso if you can. The dates, these are the ones that I'm using, organic, fresh, natural dates, So, yeah. And then we're using, your ginger powder is really good. I really like it. And it's got it's very fragrant. So I'm using the ginger powder. And then because you've just introduced your mushroom powders, I thought I would use that as well. And I'm using a combination of your lion's mane as well as your reishi powder.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, Chef Yin, we get this question a lot of times. people are very afraid to experiment with superfoods. They think of it as, they just want to mix it with water. But of course, that is one way of having it. But then that's a really boring way, and you would get tired and you wouldn't be able to be consistent with it. So we always advise them to have fun and to experiment and use it in their smoothies, salads, cereals, oatmeal, and in basically in everything. You actually exemplify this in every way. So please give some tips and recommend people how can they start experimenting with superfoods, and how should they go about this journey?
I think it's maybe like the basis of flavor pairing, I suppose. I mean, you basically take, one of the superfoods, taste it, and then think of like what would go well with it. There's actually um there's actually a food uh uh there's actually a book that's called like the flavor pairing. I can't remember. It's like a flavor pairing Bible or something like that. But I don't think that has the superfoods. But that would give you a start on like, which flavors go with which flavors. For me, I find it's quite intuitive. Yeah. So, and I like the taste of mushrooms. It reminds me, I think because a lot of Chinese recipes have like mushrooms and also sometimes I'm like, oh, this, it reminds me of like some of my traditional Chinese food as well. It's quite interesting, but yeah. And yeah, I think just experiment, have fun. Sometimes I put the organic superfoods into my dressings as well, because now I've been like making huge big salads for my lunch. So I was like, oh, okay. So now I think about like let's say if I want something with a bit of a sour tinge or something like that, then I use your baobab powder. Or, if you want, yeah, I mean, ginger goes well with a lot of Asian food, so that's great. Yeah. Or sometimes I just want something pretty, then I'll use your beetroot powder because it's so pretty and so pink. So I actually have like a pink dressing using this as well. So yeah, yeah. But honestly, sometimes like in the mornings, I'm just like a bit lazy, so I just like scoop out the powders and just add it with my bananas and or make a really simple chia pudding as well, just to get the nutrients in. Yeah.
Chef Yin, can I request you to just showcase the ginger and the mushroom powder
Of course.
containers?
Yeah, I thought you might have it. Okay, so that's the ginger one. Yeah. Oh, I like. Do you have a copy right there now? Because it's quite interesting. You have like really cute things that say like, "Don't use it gingerly," So that's the ginger powder. And then
I'm glad you've noticed that, and you enjoy the little bit humor that we try to put into our packaging.
yeah, and then this is the reishi, and it says mushroom of immortality. So anyone who wants to live for a really long time, check this one out. And
So,
then we put in.
so the reason actually why reishi is called the mushroom of immortality is because it it really helps with relaxation, and it also helps you with calming down, and again improves your sleep, and de-stresses you, and that is really essential for a long life and for longevity. And it also has a lot of antioxidants which help with anti-aging and boosts your immunity, and also helps with fighting cancer. So hence reishi is also linzin mushroom for the Chinese
Yeah, I remember
speaking.
it used to be very popular last time. All
Yeah,
the Lindsay mushroom farms started
yeah. So
popping up
hence,
everywhere.
yeah. So hence the longevity bit of,
Ah,
yeah.
right. And then this is the lion's mane, mushroom powder, and this one says mushroom of wisdom. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why this is mushroom of wisdom, because lion's mane actually helps improve your memory, focus. It helps with boosting of your brain powers, and it really improves your cognitive functions. So hence lion's mane, because it has to do everything with the brain. It is a mushroom of wisdom.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say it kind of looks like a brain. Kind of, I suppose, like a very fluffy brain.
Yeah.
Right? But it looks like lion's mane, not so much brain. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to start making the date filling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the sunflower seeds. Oh, just to let you know, I'm actually just making half a portion for the original. The original recipe makes 8, but I'm just going to use half to make 4 this time for this one. so that we just have, more time. I mean, we don't have time to like roll out 8, I think. So I put in the sunflower seeds. Let me put in the reishi powder. Oops. Just get in. And then the lion's mane powder is going in. Yeah, I'm glad you brought in all the powders, because like a couple of years ago already, I've already had questions from people, like going like, oh, what do you think of the mushroom powders? And I was like, oh, I haven't used them yet, because I don't think it wasn't so
it's
easy
not
to
very
get in Malaysia.
easily available locally. I
Yeah.
think Organicule is one of the first ones to bring in the three famous mushroom powders. And actually, mushroom has been used for a lot of years in traditional and traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just about now that mushroom's getting really popular in the West, and people are realizing the benefits of it. So adaptogens are actually a huge thing. So all the mushrooms are adaptogen. Ashwagandha is also an adaptogen. So they're really, really important for us because adaptogens help balance things in our body. So
Right.
so that's the reason why adaptogens are extremely essential.
Yeah. I think Chinese wise we used to just kind of boil it, which is a bit not so convenient compared to your powders, where you can just put it into all your different things, because like nowadays nobody has time to sit there and boil things for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to process this again.
If you guys have any more questions for Chef or for Chef Yin or for me for the superfoods, please feel free to put it in the question box or in the comment section.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I just remembered, for the filling, I'm just going to put everything in. So the sunflower seeds, reishi, lion's mane, mushroom powder, ginger powder, I'm putting in, and I'm putting the dates and the miso paste all in and process it, because I want that to all combine together.
Chef Yin, sometimes I wish we were doing this live face-to-face so that I could taste all the yummy creations you make.
Well, maybe one of these days, these things have all opened up already. We can, I don't know, if you have a venue.
I'm sure a lot of them would be thinking the same.
Yeah, if we can arrange. Somehow we can arrange. I mean, I've had some requests already to, like, I've had a lot of people asking me when am I doing on-site classes again. Because, like, for the past, since 2020, I've been, like, just doing all online courses. So I've had some requests already to do, like, some venues. I think I've had at least, like, 2-3 venues asking me to do on-site. But I haven't, because I'm still creating. I still have 2 more online courses that I haven't completed creating, because I need to edit the stuff and all that. So I think once I'm done with that, then I can
maybe next year we can explore doing one together. Maybe if all the participants, and if we get a lot of response that they do want an offline face-to-face course with Organicule and Chef Yin, then we can make it happen.
Yeah. And so again, like the same thing, I'm just going to measure it out. I'm just going to measure this for, this is how it looks like. That's how the filling looks like. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have actually blended up the sunflower seeds and all that together first, because then it will be smoother and not so grainy. But it depends. So if you want like a very smooth filling, so grind up the dry ingredients first before you put in your dates. But if not, you can have something with a bit more texture, which some people like as well. So do that. And I
think the point is just to experiment and see what you like, and just try it out as per your taste and as per your liking. So this is a guide, like she's giving us a guide on how to start with. But as you start making it, it's all about trial and error and figuring what suits your preferences.
True, very true. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Someone saying you're too good, chef.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is because I'm gonna have I want to put the filling inside the this date ball date filling thing. I know it's a bit. So I'm just using my hands to kind of flatten it out a bit, and then you can kind of like make it into a. What we want to do is I'm using the organic pumpkin seeds. Yeah, it's interesting. Your pumpkin seeds are like bigger than the other ones that I used to get. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that actually, because our pumpkin seed comes from Austria, and these are heirloom variety pumpkin seeds. And this variety is actually very special from Austria because they are the only seeds in the world, I mean, only pumpkin seeds in the world where they're grown without a shell, without a covering. So it's actually grown just like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's just grown like that. Okay, okay, okay. I see what you mean.
So,
Right.
so that's why they're actually very flavorful as well, and they have a lot of healthy fats in them, and they're bigger in size.
Okay. So yeah, so what I've done is I put the pumpkin seeds inside, and then I've just enclosed it. So we just want to roll it a little bit more, and then what I'll do is I'll prepare the other one and put your cacao nibs. I'm using the organic oh wait, there's two kinds of cacao nibs, right?
Yeah.
So you have this one, which I'm using. No, I'm not using this one. This one, which I sometimes use, but today I'm going to be using the one with yacon because it's sweetened, so that you know, it's slightly sweeter. I'm just afraid like some people might go like, oh, why is it bitter, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you want to just talk about your cacao nibs. And I'm just going to do the same thing as well again. Just kind of open it up and then put in some of the cacao nibs.
Cacao nibs.
Here. Yeah.
So as Chef Yin said, we do have two cacao nibs. One is cacao nibs and one is cacao nibs with yacon. Cacao in general, which is 100% raw, pure chocolate, has a lot of benefits. They're rich in magnesium, antioxidants. They're a natural mood elevator. They also are very good for the skin, and they're an energy booster, great for the brain and heart. So the cacao powder, in a way, is made from the nibs that are that's cold pressed and then made into a powder. And cacao nibs is made when the cacao bean is just crushed, and they're nature's own chocolate chips. So the cacao nibs with yacon is basically the same original cacao nibs, but it's coated with yacon syrup. Yacon is a natural fruit from Peru, which is naturally sweetened, and it again does not have it's a low glycemic index. Basically, it doesn't have a high glycemic index, so you can safely consume it. And if you do have the cacao nibs with yacon, you can actually feel it's not overly sweet, it's just slightly sweet, but the after taste is still of the original cacao nibs because it's just coated. It's nothing like yacon has been added inside the cacao nibs, or there's like an additional process in that sense. So actually they're really yummy, and they make a good low calorie snack as well. So if you're really craving to munch on something, or you're craving for chocolate, this is a healthy way to deal with that craving, to fulfill that craving. Yeah.
The other thing is what I tried with this time. I'm just going to show you. I mean, like, so I also because I got some jackfruit and I love jackfruit, so I cut up actually some jackfruit for my testing purposes and put that in. So if you just want to change different fillings, you can try using that as well. Now we're going to assemble the mooncake. So remember the crust that we made earlier? Yeah, so this is the one in the ball. So basically I'm just going to roll it out. So I'm going to use it in with my.
So this is the one with ashwagandha.
Yes, correct. This is the one with ashwagandha. Yeah, so I'm just going to put it onto my plastic sheet. And you guys can see, right? Right? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to press it down a bit first, so it's easier to roll. And then, so you need a rolling pin. So I'm just going to roll it out so that it kind of becomes a flat circle, so it can wrap up the filling. What you want to do is when you roll, roll from the center outwards. Yeah, so not like from one end to the other end, but just from the center outwards, so that it's more even. And this part sometimes takes practice, and sometimes I get a nice circle, sometimes I don't. Yeah, today I don't get a nice circle, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so once you've rolled it out to be
That's
bigger
a nice
than...
heart. It's not a circle,
Yeah.
it's a nice heart.
It doesn't really matter because you're going to wrap it up anyway. And then, yeah, it's kind of a heart, isn't it? It's a heart. Okay. So what you want to do is I kind of just like put it over here. Some people do it different ways, but I guess this would be the easiest. And you want it to kind of overlap and enclose the filling. Yeah. And those who are like experts at making mooncake, they do it like really fast. It's all done. But you have to remember that this because this is like kind of like a raw vegan mooncake, so it might not act the same way as your traditional Cream mooncake. As it might be harder to roll. But this one today seems quite easy. Okay, so now what you do is you take your mooncake mold. Yeah, the mooncake mold will come in with two pieces. So you have the plunger part, and then you have the different molds, so you can choose your patterns. These are some of the patterns. I've got some cartoon ones as well. And then
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. What you want to do is you take this and you want it to be facing outwards so you can actually see the pattern. Don't put it in here. It's not going to work. So you want to be able to see the pattern. Drop it into the mold. And then it needs to fit into a groove. There's a groove. So it needs to fit inside. And then once it fits inside, you need to turn it to lock it. Yeah. So that when you hold it, there's a hold handle here for your hold. So that when you press it out, it doesn't fall out. Because if you don't lock it, you see, if you like this, right? If you just kind of put it in and then you hold it, then it'll drop out. So, yeah, so make sure you lock it. Because I think I made that mistake last time. So you just need to, go turn it one of the ways to lock it. Okay, the other thing is some people will actually flour this a bit. Flour this, we say flour in Malaysia, but everybody else in the world says flour. So sometimes I put a bit of coconut flour on top so it doesn't stick. But I find once you put that, then it becomes white and the design is not so nice. So, but then sometimes you do it might stick too much. I'm just praying that it won't stick too much. Yeah. So usually the round ones work pretty well. Anyway, so I'm just going to put it in. If you want to flour, you can. And then I usually just kind of put it down. Because I'm right-handed, so for my left hand I just hold the mold down, and then with my right hand I push the stamp down. And then some people just kind of push it and then wait for 30 seconds. I don't know why I do it 3 times, just because I like to do it 3 times. So I know when it pops out, I know that this is quite good because it means it's not sticking. Some people just kind of push it down and leave it there, but I actually like to just kind of put it under my hand, and so I can control it a bit. Because sometimes you see it's kind of like stuck, so you have to pop it out, and then there you go.
Wow, that looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it?
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And the best part is filled with all that goodness and really like good stuff without any refined sugar, nut-free, oil-free, dairy-free. So
yeah.
Plus it has organic superfoods in it as well. So
exactly. So do you want me to do one more? I can do one more for the
sure.
Yeah. And if there are any questions or I'm gonna use the square one this time. So
I wanna ask you, how do you get the pink color?
So I put in a bit of beetroot powder. It's just that this time I didn't, because yesterday when I put in a bit, it started sticking, but yeah. So this is the ones that I made yesterday, and I also made a few. So what I did was, you know, this 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 filling, I just added in a bit of beetroot powder to it, so you get like natural coloring. Yeah.
Okay. Because I
So
see
that's.
like some of it is shaded, like
Oh, okay. What I did was, I did a combination. So I made like, you know, like a batch of one with beetroot and a batch without, and then I put it together, and then I
ah,
just rolled it out again. Yeah.
that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I showed that in my Mooncake course, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just that yesterday I think I put a bit too much beetroot powder, because the previous times I put it was fine. Last time I put in quite a lot because I wanted it to be very red.
No. Okay.
Yeah, then it became a bit sticky. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to risk it on the show, just because after it's like it sticks and it doesn't come out, you'd be like, oh no. So yeah.
But it
But yeah, you
actually
guys.
just shows that I mean, even for you, sometimes things don't come out perfectly, and it's a normal thing. So don't be disheartened when you're trying
Yeah.
to create some recipe. It's okay. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect.
Yeah. So I've rolled it out. I'm just gonna enclose it. Then I know I've used the spirulina powder to make the green mooncakes as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
Yeah. And what else? Yeah, I think I was trying with wheatgrass as well, just to see, like, but I
But
think
it's a much
wheatgrass, the
lighter
colors.
color, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So because this is square, I'm just going to kind of like, you may want to kind of shape it so it's a bit squarish, so it's easier to go into the mold.
So, so these actually make a good pre-workout snack as well, right? Because it has so many good things like dates and seeds and
Yeah, actually.
superfoods. So this would actually work for your like a pre-workout snack.
Yeah. And it's so pretty. So here you go.
Wow, really, really pretty.
Yeah. So you guys can actually experiment and go back and try and make it, and let us know, tag us.
Yeah,
buy
please.
buy some organic superfoods if you haven't yet. Use my code Chef Yin. Those
Yes,
in
please
Malaysia.
go now, now, now.
Because so my code Chef Yin, if you go to organicfuel.com, look out for, you know, ashwagandha, cacao nibs, date powder, the pumpkin seeds, and all that. If you use my code Chef Yin, CHEFYIN, you get 10% off. So you save 10%. Yeah. On your superfoods. Then you can use that code numerous times. So it doesn't. Right now, it doesn't expire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef, could you cut the mooncake and show us how it looks
Ah,
inside?
yes. Okay. So actually, I would suggest that you chill it a bit first in the fridge
Okay.
before you eat it. So that it's firmer. But I'm wondering whether I should cut out one of these. But yes, I did take out my knife for one. But yeah, let's cut one of them so you can. Which was the
So
one with the pumpkin seeds? This was the one, right? The round one, right? Because the pumpkin seeds one you can see it clearer, I think. No, this is cacao nibs. This is cacao nibs. So it's not so clear. But I like the one with the pumpkin seeds because you can actually like see the seeds and all that. Quite nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it looks like.
oh, yum.
Yeah. Does it contain protein? Yeah, everything contains protein. Like all plants have protein,
So
you
so
know.
pumpkin seeds are actually rich in protein and yeah, so it does contain protein.
Yeah, if you use your spirulina also has a lot of protein.
Yes, it has a
But
lot of protein. Yeah.
yeah. But in general, actually, people keep thinking, well, okay, I have you guys can go search my IG live. I actually have an IG live that I spoke to with Chef Ocean because he's much better at explaining. He's a raw vegan chef and he was much better at explaining like protein, where do you get your protein and things like that. And he's talking more about the amino acids and all that. But it's really interesting because people think that, oh, protein is only in tofu or tempeh or something like that. But actually, even if you eat a watermelon, it has protein in it. It might not be very high, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But,
actually, like for example, if someone does a dissection of an animal, right? You get protein in that animal, and even in human beings, we have amino acids and we have protein in our body. The same way, plants also have protein because they are the building blocks, right? Protein is what actually makes a plant. So everything, all living beings have protein in them. So all plants have protein. Even like broccoli and all leafy greens, they have protein. So yeah. Or if you're really looking for protein, you can just get Organic Use protein powders.
exactly.
I just had to add that in.
Yeah. I have my protein powder somewhere there, but not, yeah.
So someone's asking, how can we access the recipe? Mashat, we will actually be saving this live on both our profiles, and the recipe will be in the caption, so you can access it anytime.
So that's basically it for my demo. So if anybody has questions, I can take them.
Kiran says, thank you for sharing your recipe, Raw Chef Yin. Going to try
You're
with
welcome.
Organic Use Superfoods. Yay!
Oh, really? Cool.
Do you guys have any questions for us? So, because the amount of superfoods I think Raw Chef Yin you use is like so little, because that's how much you need to use the superfoods. The taste is not very overpowering, right?
Yeah, it's not, because I know like some of your powders have a kind of a stronger scent, so I didn't want to use like too much. But I think this is a nice one. Yeah, just nice. Yeah. So like, I mean, because your 2 grams is about 1 teaspoon, so I think that's your serving size anyway that you.
Yes. But that's the thing with superfoods, because in one little spoon you get the goodness of all the nutrients, so you don't really need to use too much of it, and yeah. Anyways, I think we are done with the recipe here. And thank you so much for joining Chef Yin for this live. And thank you to each one of you who logged in and viewed our live. And thank you for supporting us. Really means a lot.
Yeah, this was great. Thanks so much, Smriti, and thanks everyone for joining us. So like I said, give the recipe a try. We'll put up the ingredients list in the on the replay, and you can always watch the replay to see how to make it. If you all have any questions, you can always ask the questions on the post, and then I'll reply you guys there. Just a reminder, if you're in Malaysia, you can use my code Chef Yin to get your 10% savings. And I guess maybe like subscribe to Organic You. You have a newsletter as well, right? So you share updates, recipes, tips, and all that as well.
Thank you, Chef Yin, for mentioning that. It means a lot. And this is great, and we should do this again. If you really want us to do more lives or more face-to-face workshops, let us know in the comments. And hope to see you guys soon. Have a great Saturday and rest of the weekend.
Okay. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.